Now that you have previously completed opening your model for the first time, adding in your first plan view, and then adding in the grid lines, the next step will be to continue to add in plan views. So we'll go back into modeling. When you come back into modeling, it'll give you your menu here to select which view you want to look at. So let's go back into elevation plan view 100. So you can double click on that, or you can click it and hit OK. And it takes us back into view 100. And you can see again at the top of the screen I'm in view 100 and at elevation 100. Okay, so previously when we put in the first plan, I had you just put it in and we did not check any boxes. As you can see on the top of your screen here, I'm highlighting it says depth checking, in 3 foot and out 3 foot. So from elevation 100, which is our current elevation, I can see into the screen 3 feet and out of the screen 3 feet. Right now my box is not checked, so I can see all the way in the screen and all the way out of the screen forever. So let's check that box, and let's go back over to open view and open up a different view. Okay, now let's go back to open view and open up 100 again. You can see I'm back to my box is not checked. Anything you check or change here, it does not automatically save. So let's turn that back on. And let's go over here to save view as, and it's going to say save current view as 100. We want to overwrite what we had, so we're going to hit OK. It says it already exists, replace, yes. Now let's go open a view, pick a different view, go back and open up 100 again, and you can see the depth check box stayed on. So as you're adding in your plan views and your elevation views, you want to turn that on and set it to how far you want to see in and out of the screen. Okay, so now we're back at 100. Now let's add in the remaining plan views. If you look at your drawing for project 1, sheet S2, we will see we have a floor framing plan at 112 foot 0 and a roof framing plan at 124 foot 0. So to add in the remaining plan views, we can go up here to plan view and reference elevation 100. We can change that to 112-0 and hit OK. Now at the top of your screen you can see elevation. It says current elevation 112 foot 0, and my view that I've got it saved still says 100 foot 0. So you need to make sure here you do not do save view as and save it again as 100, because your view will be called 100 but you'll be at 112 foot 0. So in this case we're at elevation 112 foot 0, and I want to save this as 112 foot 0. So I'll hit OK here. And then let's go back again up here and say plan view, and let's go 124 foot 0. Save view as 124 foot 0 and OK. Now if we go back to our open view, you can see we have a 100 foot 0, a 112 foot 0, and a 124 foot 0. So let's just pick on the 112 0. Again, look at the top of your screen, you have elevation 112 foot 0, view 112 foot 0. So now you've added in the other plan views that are required for sheet S2. Now let's go to sheet S3, and you can see there we have framing elevation at grid line 1. So let's go to your open folder, pick 1 for your framing elevation 1. And let's zoom in here a little bit. And as you zoom in, you can see your grid lines AB, B.7, and C. And now you can also see on your screen horizontally your elevations, 100 foot, 112 foot, and 124 foot. As I showed you in the plan views, here's your depth check again. When we put these in, I had you leave them off, so let's turn that on. And typically on elevation views, when we create them, if you have other framing like just outside of that view that you don't want to show up, you probably want to change this in and out. So typically what I change that to is like 9 inches in, 9 inches out. Depending on your situation, you may need to change that in and out a little bit further. So let's go 9 and 9. Again, we have to do save view as, where it will not save it. Save it as 1, okay. Replace it, yes. Okay, the next view on that page is 2, so let's do open view. Pick 2. Again, turn the depth check on. Let's go 9 in and 9 out. Save view as 2 and okay. Replace yes. Then we'll flip to, in your drawings, to sheet S4, and we'll see framing elevation at grid line A. So let's do open view, pick A. Again, turn our depth check on. Let's go 9 in, 9 out. Save that. And replace yes. You can see if I keep clicking on yes here, but whatever's highlighted, if you just hit your return button, it'll activate that button. So return for yes. On sheet S4, the next view is B, as in boy, so let's pick B. Turn the depth 9 in, 9 out. Save view as, okay. And hit return. And then your sheet S5. S5 was given to you just as some examples of what the connections generally look like. You don't need to recreate them details, they're just more of a reference. So that should take care of all the views that you need for this project.